Welcome to today's practice. Please begin in Balasana, child's pose. Separate your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Bring your big toes to touch and press your seat back towards your heels. Stretch your arms forward and rest your forehead on the mat. Begin to simply attune to your breathing. The yoga tradition says that all around us, within us, in all living things and propelling life and the universe itself is prana. Prana means to bring forth, and it's this vital energy that is moving things along. It's life driving itself forward. Prana is equivalent in the yoga tradition to universal truth, to Brahma, to a higher reality. And the idea is that as we store up more prana in our systems, as we become vessels for vital life energy, that we become more clear, more sat, more in our beingness, that we become vital beings and are able to hold our center of gravity more of the time. So we're less taken and shaken by things. Most of our practice as it's been developed has been for this very thing, to cultivate a relationship with prana. So seal your lips if you haven't done so already, and attune your hearing to your breathing. And start to breathe in an oceanic, rhythmic ujjayi breath, the breath of the conqueror, through the nose with a slight restriction around your glottis, the back of the throat, creating a subtle sound, sort of like you are trying to fog a mirror with your breath. We'll start to move, linking our breath with our movement. Chakravakasana, inhale and come up to all fours and find a little back bend, poking your tail back, opening your throat. And as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tail, draw your navel point back and glide back to child's pose, allowing your elbows to fall to the floor. Please continue. Inhale, press up to all fours, a little back bend. And exhale, chin to chest, child's pose. 3 more times with the breath into X. Last time, inhale to fours. And exhale, tuck your chin, your tail, and press back. Good. Now inhale, come up to all fours once again. Curl your toes under and reach your sitting bones up and back for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And take a moment just to experience yourself, to experience the shape, keeping connection to a smooth, even cadence of breath. Bringing the breath under conscious control, somewhere between a 4 and a 6 count inhale, and a 4 and a 6 count exhalation through the nose. Keeping both feet on the ground, shift your weight over into your right foot and your right hand, giving a little preference, and lift your left sitting bone a little bit higher to the sky, opening up the left side of your waist. And then shift the weight over to your left foot and your left hand, giving a little preference, and reach your right seat a little bit higher, opening up right side body. And then return to the center and organize your downward facing dog. So your middle fingers are pointing straight forward. The weight is in the base knuckles and the L shape of the hand, the index finger and thumbs. Wrap your armpits towards your heart so your bicep spins forward and your tricep spins back, and Push your hands into the mat like you were pushing the mat away from you, shifting the pose back into your legs. Keep your ears between your biceps. Lift your sitting bones up and back so you're fighting for the back bend in this forward bend. And then draw your heels to or towards the floor. If you need to, bend your knees to create that nice long line in the spine. And steady your breathing. Gently walk your feet towards the top of your mat. You can bend your knees. It's early in the practice. Find a little bend in the knees, bringing your belly to your thighs. Take opposite palm to opposite elbow. Release your head and your neck. And then bring your hands to your waist or to the backs of your legs. Lengthen your spine forward. Tuck your chin in. And press all the way up to stand using the backs of your legs. Stand in Tadasana with your feet hip distance apart. Dynamic chair pose. Take the measurement. So take one of your feet and spin it all the way in so that your feet are hip distance apart. Stand with your arms at your side. Dynamic Utkatasana. Inhale, take your arms up alongside of your ears. And exhale, bend your knees, sit back on your chair. In the second half of your exhale, keep your knees bent and bring your belly all the way to your thighs. Release your head and your neck at the bottom. Keeping your knees bent, inhale, sit back into chair pose and push all the way to stand. Release your arms to your side. A little more smooth. Inhale, take your arms up and exhale, bend your knees, sink all the way into chair pose, belly to thighs, release the head. Inhale, sit back into chair pose and push all the way up to stand. Release your arms to your side. 3 more. In. Slow, smooth exhale paired with movement. Inhale. And exhale, arms to side. Last 2. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale, sit back in your chair. Exhale, arms to your side. Last time, just starting to warm up the lower back. Bring some heat into the legs. Exhale. And arms to your side. Pause and stand in Tadasana. Bring your feet to touch or keep them hip distance apart. It's your preference. If the feet are touching, bring your heels to touch, your big toes to touch. And however you're choosing to stand, in your mind, draw a line from your big toe to your outer heel and from your pinky toe to your inner heel, and find the center point of that and lift the arches of your feet. Squeeze your legs together, hug muscle to bone, and then draw your pubic bone slightly towards your navel point. Take your shoulders up and back so you're standing very well in Tadasana mountain pose. Surya Namaskar A. We'll take the first round nice and slow. Inhale, stretch your arms up alongside of your ears, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge from your hip crease, swan dive, and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen your chest forward, draw the arm bones back. And exhale, step back to plank pose. In this plank pose, push the floor powerfully, your upper middle back moving towards the sky. If you're still building strength, please drop to your knees. Otherwise, rock forward on your toes and exhale, lower all the way to your belly, Chaturanga Dandasana. This first round will take cobra pose. Press the tops of your feet into the mat, your pubic bone into the mat. Lift your navel point away from the floor. Inhale and lift your chest, small cobra. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Inhale and bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow in, Uttanasana. Nice flat back. Inhale, push all the way up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, arms alongside of your ears. And exhale, take your arms to your side, Tadasana. This time we'll take a half breath per movement for the next 2 rounds with the option for upward facing dog. Modify as needed, replicating what we did in that first round if that's not appropriate for you. Inhale, stretch your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge from your hip crease, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Pause here. Broaden your collarbones. I choose to be with my toes curled under. It just gives me a little more stability in your legs. You're welcome to flip the feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice steady breath. Bend your knees and look forward. In the bottom of your exhale, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Nice flat back. Inhale, push to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms to your side, Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Steady the breath. Bring your attention back to the movement of prana, the breath, and then something more subtle riding on the breath. Bend your knees and look forward. At the bottom of your exhalation, step or float forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, push all the way up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, arms to your side, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar B. Once again, we'll break things down in the first round and then flow through the movements a little more quickly. Bring your feet to touch, bend your knees deeply, and bring your fingertips back behind your heels with your belly on your thighs. Shift your seat back. Take your arms now alongside of your ears, chest lengthening forward, and then start to lift your torso, finding a little back bend, drawing your shins back in space, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, step your right foot between your hands. Pin your left heel down, slightly out to the side so your feet are hip distance apart, and then lift your chest up for Virabhadrasana 1. Wrap your right hip underneath of you and spiral your left inner thigh back. Draw your pubic bone forward, lift your chest, and wrap your armpits towards your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, bring your hands back to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. For this round, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, left foot through. Again, pin your right foot down, slightly out to the side, and lift your chest. Again, this time give a little preference to your left hip, wrapping it underneath of you. Spiral your right inner thigh back, armpits towards your heart, nice proud chest. Inhale. And exhale, hands down, right into chaturanga this time. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. On these rests between sets, really maximize your breathing. Recommit to steadiness of mind and steadiness of breath and your cultivated attention. Bend your knees and look forward. And at the bottom of your exhale, step or float forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees deeply, fingertips back behind your heels. Inhale, sit back, Utkatasana. And then listen, exhale, push to stand, Tadasana. We'll take that whole thing a little bit quicker, 2 more times with a half breath per movement. Inhale, take your arms up. Oh, pardon me. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, bend your knees. And exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog, step your right foot through. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, left foot through. Warrior 1, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hands to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady your breath, recommit, get steady and quiet. Bend your knees, look forward, and at the bottom of your exhale, float or step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana. Last time, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot through. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog, left foot through. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Bend your knees, look forward. Bottom of the exhale, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Pause with your arms at your side. Lengthen your chin slightly towards your chest and connect your hearing to your breathing once again. You might even close your eyes and find some steadiness. Take 3 more breaths, just stilling your heart rate, recommitting to the cultivation of your attention, to body as a vessel for prana. And then softly open your eyes. Inhale, stretch your arms up once again, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge from your hip crease, Fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, proud chest forward. And exhale, step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet to touch and stretch your right leg up to the sky, keeping your hips level. Float up onto the ball of your left foot, and now squeeze your right heel towards your right butt cheek. Draw your knee down the center line towards your nose. Round your upper back, push the floor away, and step your right foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Press back through your back heel. Find this nice connection between the torso and the thigh, and then stay in your hip crease. Stretch your arms up and hook your thumbs over the crown of your head. Push into the ball of your front foot so that you're almost light on the heel, and lift up and off of your kidneys, your lower back, as you try to open the chest, pull the thumbs apart, and wrap your armpits towards your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Really drive the pubic bone forward. And then exhale, take your hands back down to the mat once again. Chaturanga, or if you're fatigued, straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a moment. And just again, connect your attention to your breath. Once again, step your feet to touch for crescent lunge and sweep your left leg up to the sky. Float up onto the ball of the right foot. Drag your heel to your butt powerfully, and then draw your knee down the center line as you round your upper middle back. Squeeze your heel to your butt. Step your left foot between your hands. Again, organize yourself. Your torso is the exact distance of your own thigh. So bring your belly to your thigh. Lengthen your sternum forward. Anchor your back heel behind you, and then just unfurl from the hip crease and hook your thumbs. Drive your pubic bone forward so there's no compression in the lower back. Throw your left knee forward and push into the ball of your left foot. Wrap those armpits towards the heart so the triceps are coming forward, and find your breath into your chest and upper lungs, filling up that vessel. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, take your hands down, step back either to Chaturanga or straight to down dog. If Chaturanga, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Again, just pause. In between flurries of activity in life on the mat is our opportunity to take that one deep breath that reconnects us with present moment, with source, with universal spirit. Second set of crescent lunge, different arm variation. Bring your feet to touch. Sweep your right leg up and back. Once again, drag your heel to your butt as you float up onto the ball of your left foot. Scoop your knee to the nose. Push the floor away. Shift your weight forward and step your right foot through. Inhale, take your arms up alongside of your ears. And this time, exhale, bend your elbows and lift your chest, drawing your scapula into your upper middle back. Again, inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows and lift your chest. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows, broaden your chest. Keep that sense of back bend and re-extend your arms up alongside of your ears. Push the front knee forward. And then exhale, take your hands down, either Chaturanga or straight to down dog. If Chaturanga, up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet to touch. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back behind you. Float onto the ball of the right foot and squeeze your left heel to your butt. Round your back, shift your hips forward, and step your left foot between your hands. Lift your torso once again, arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows like goalposts, lift your chest. Inhale, take your arms up and reach back. Exhale, draw the scapula deeper into the back. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now keep that sense of back bend. Re-extend the arms, lift your chest. And exhale, take your hands down and step back, either Chaturanga Dandasana, or again, if you're fatigued, down dog. Hold and breathe in downward facing dog. Last variation on the arms. Step your feet to touch. Stretch your right leg up and back. Drag your heel to your butt. Round your back knee to your nose, shift forward, and step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, float your arms up towards the sky. And this time, exhale, interlace your fingers at your lower back. Push your knuckles back. Again, still wrapping the armpits towards the heart. Lift your chest, keep your chin in, and find a little back bend. Powerful in the back leg, pubis is driving forward. Last breath. Inhale, circle your arms up alongside of your ears. Exhale, take your hands down. Again, either pass through the vinyasa, or if you're fatigued, straight to down dog. Bring your feet to touch. Inhale, take your left leg up to the sky, float onto the ball of the right foot. Drag your heel to your butt, and then pull your knee to your nose and step your left foot through. Rise, lifting your chest, arms alongside of your ears. Exhale, take your hands to your lower back, take the opposite interlace, push your knuckles back, and lift your heart. One more breath. Inhale, take your arms alongside of your ears. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend, and exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, sitting bones high. Steady your breath and recommit your attention. Take just another moment to steady your focus, steady your breath. And step your feet to touch, bend your knees, and look past your hands where you want to land. We're going to jump through. Modification for that is going to be to bend the knees and cross your ankles, landing on the tops of your feet just behind your wrists, and then lowering your seat down. Otherwise, you're going to tuck your knees up into your chest and travel all the way through your hands. It looks and it sounds much scarier than it is. If you don't want to mess with any of that, just simply walk your feet forward. So bend your knees, look past your hands, and step or jump all the way through to a seat. Extend your legs out in front of you. Nice long legs for Ardha Navasana, half boat pose, a little bit of core work. Inhale, take your arms up alongside of your ears. And then as you exhale, bring your palms to touch. Trace down the center line of your body. Start to hollow the front body, tucking your tailbone underneath of you, and hover your legs off of the floor. Pull the navel point back. Inhale, and then exhale, lower your heels. Glide your spine all the way back up to Dandasana in a nice tall seat. A little quicker. Inhale at the top. Exhale, palms touch, scoop and roll back, hover your legs. Inhale, lift your chest, float back up into Dandasana. Exhale, palms touch, tuck your tailbone underneath of you, glide back, lift your legs. And inhale, float back up to a seat. 2 more times. Exhale, hollow the front body, pull the navel point back, lift your legs. Inhale, lower the heels, Sit back up nice and tall. Last time. Palms touch, glide back, hover the feet. Good. Lower your heels, lift your chest, arms alongside of your ears, and exhale, take your arms down to your side, Dandasana staff pose. From here, push through the balls of your feet, nice yogi toes, little half point. Take your arms out in front of you, tuck your tailbone underneath of you, hollow the front body, and scoop and roll all the way down into a supine position on your back. Bend your knees, and then stack your shins so that your inner thighs are touching and your shins are parallel to the floor. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Keep your elbows nice and wide. Your head is resting back into your hands, sort of like a little basket. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders in, up, and then pull your navel point back for yogi bicycles. Extend your left leg, and then take your left shoulder towards your right knee, twist, and switch. Take your left knee in, extend the right leg, right shoulder towards left knee. Let's pick up the pace. Side to side. Nice deep breaths. Keep the legs super active, either by finding a demi point or a full point in the feet. Really twisting through the center of yourself, drawing your navel point back, side to side. Let's take 10, 9, 8, 7, belly back, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come back to the center. Take your knees into your chest. Extend your legs along the floor and just pause for a moment. You can stretch your arms up over your head, open up your belly. In the yoga tradition, we do abdominal work not to get our six-pack, but because this region of the body around the navel center is a place where we hold our prana. It's our pranic center between the solar plexus and the pubic bone. And it's an area where when we gain connection to the energy around the navel and to that vital life force, we pull up elevated qualities of the mind like courage and kindness. Okay, and one more abdominal exercise. Draw your right knee into your chest and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh bone. Stretch your right heel to the sky, getting a nice little hamstring stretch. Super active in your leg. Push your thigh into your hands, hand into your thighs. Very good. Now from here, clap your palms together so your fingertips are pointing up towards your right big toe. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and reach your fingertips towards your left toes, and then optionally hover the left leg off of the floor. Pull your navel point back, and now pulse it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Good. Lower the left leg to the floor, interlace behind the right. Give yourself just a nice little stretch, drawing your forehead up towards your shin. And then pull your knees into your chest. Massage the lower back on the mat before we do the other side. Good. All right, extend your right leg along the floor. This is it. Left leg to the sky. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh bone. Draw your left thigh towards your chest. Powerful in the right leg. And then bring the palms to touch. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Optionally hover the right leg. Let's pulse it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what's coming. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold both knees into your chest. Good. We're going to take what we call a little rock and roll vinyasa. So either grab onto the backs of your thighs or to your knees and start to rock forward and back on the mat. Hollow in the front body, almost like those little Pilates seal movements that we do. And when you have some momentum, you're going to cross your ankles at the top, plant your hands, and step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog, pause and open up the abdomen, and then exhale, stretch back, downward facing dog.
Good. We'll call this Surya Namaskar D since it's our fourth little flow. Bring your feet to touch and stretch your right leg up to the sky. As before, drag your heel to your butt, round your back, draw your knee to your nose, and step your right foot between your hands. This time, pin your back heel down so your left toes are pointing slightly in, and then spiral the chest up to Virabhadrasana 2. Wrap your left inner thigh back and your right hip underneath of you, and anchor your navel point to the left. Stretch your arms nice and wide. Gaze out over your right middle finger and lengthen your upper middle back. Very good. Inhale, straighten your right leg, hinge through the right side of your hip, take your right hand down to the floor, Trikonasana or triangle pose as it is known. Push into the right big toe ball of your foot, spiral the right side of your chest towards the sky. Firm your legs and breathe. Good. From here, bend your right knee and swing your left arm in front of your face, taking your left arm up alongside of your ear for extended side angle. To modify, bring your right elbow to your knee, and wherever you're choosing to be, think that your bottom lung is spiraling up towards the sky. Nice big breath. Think about lifting your back calf away from the floor. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale, cartwheel your left hand down to the mat. Step back, either passing through the Vinyasa or straight to down dog. Once again, step your feet to touch. Sweep your left leg up to the sky, floating onto the ball of the right foot. Drag your left heel to your seat and scoop and round forward, stepping your left foot through. Pin your right heel down and circle the chest up, Virabhadrasana 2. Once again, right inner thigh is spiraling back as your left hip moves underneath of you and your tailbone is drawing towards the floor. Navel point anchors to the right. Gaze out powerfully over your left hand and connect to your breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Hinge through your left hip crease. Take your right arm up to the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Again, you're pushing into the big toe ball of your left foot, wrapping your left hip towards your right heel and turning your chest towards the sky. Circle your right arm in front of your face as you bend your left knee. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Again, modification is the left elbow to the left knee. It's not a kickstand. You're just using it for a little bit of height. Keep turning your navel point towards the sky. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, take both hands to the mat. Step back, either traveling through the Vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Steady your breathing. Good. Once again, we're going to take the same series, but we're going to make things a little more challenging by moving with somewhere between a half breath and a full breath per movement. Step your feet to touch. Inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, heel to butt, knee to nose. Pin your back heel down. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, straighten your right leg, Trikonasana. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, bend your right knee, roll open, extended side angle. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, left hand down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet to touch. Inhale, take the left leg high. Drag your heel to your butt. Scoop your knee to your nose and step your left foot through. Pin your right heel down. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, triangle pose. Exhale, extended side angle. Stay, take a deep breath in. And exhale, hands to the mat. Vinyasa. Hold and breathe. Slow everything down in your internal space, mediating your external environment and your internal environment. Let every in-breath be a nourishment, every exhale a release. This is our last set, and we're adding on one pose. Bring your feet to touch. Inhale, take your right leg high. Exhale, heel to butt, knee to nose, scoop it forward. Pin your back heel down, warrior two, inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg, Trikonasana. Bend your right knee, extended side angle. Good, now this time, bring your left hand to your hip, look down at your right foot. Start to walk your left foot in and your right fingertips forward. And then, without straightening the right leg yet, lift your left leg, push through the ball of the foot, and then straighten your right leg for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Look down at the floor for stability. Draw your tailbone and your ribs in. Open up. Good. From here, bring your left hand back to your hip. Bend your right knee and step your left foot back onto the mat. Take your left hand and plant your left palm onto the floor and come onto the ball of your left foot. We're going to transition into Vashisthasana, side plank. Modification is to immediately drop to your left knee and then travel the right foot back, bringing the sole of the right foot to the floor and opening up, taking the right arm up to the sky. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs. Alternatively, from here, you're going to just spin to the pinky edge of your left foot, step your right foot back, and stack the feet. Vashisthasana. Powerfully push the floor away. Hold and breathe. Squeeze your pubis forward. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause. Step your feet to touch once again. Last time, left leg high. Heel to your butt, knee to your nose, scoop and roll forward. Travel the left foot through. Pin your back heel down, warrior two, inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana. Extended side angle, sweep your right arm alongside of your ear. Good, and then same thing, bring your right hand to your hip, look down at your left foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, start to walk the right foot in as the left fingertips come forward. Use your outer right hip to lift your right leg up, turn your chest, and as you're ready, right arm to the sky. Look down at the floor for stability. Bring your right hand back to your hip. Bend your left knee and lower your right foot to the floor. Same thing, circle the right hand underneath of your shoulder. Modification, drop to your right knee and step your left foot back. Modified Vashisthasana. Or, once again, spin to the pinky edge of your right foot and lift your left leg back. Squeeze your butt, drive your pubis forward. Nice deep breath in. Last breath. Take the left hand down to the mat. Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Tune into your breath once again. To the vitality that you're building. To the subtle shifts in your psychology, your physiology. And tune to your breath and to the vital life force riding on the breath. Let everything get increasingly quiet, increasingly steady. And then lower down to your knees and come to stand on your knees. I'm going to turn and face the camera. So keep your left hip directly over your left knee
and extend your right leg out to the side for Parigasana or gate pose. If this is too much for your hips, you can always bend the knee and bring the sole of the foot to the floor. Stretch your arms out to the side, take your palms up. Lengthen your tailbone by pulling your pubic bone towards your navel center. Take a deep breath in and exhale, hinge up and over to the right. Turn the right side of your chest towards the sky. Take the gaze underneath of your armpit. Nice big deep breaths. And just breathing into that left lung, expanding and opening the tissues around the lungs so you can receive more prana. Good, last breath, inhale. Exhale, navel point back. Keep your navel point back, use your in-breath to come up. Bring your right knee in, sit back on your heels between sides, and just pause for a moment. Hands to your thighs, chin to your chest, hearing to breathing. Just notice the difference between the left and the right side. And softly open your eyes, press back up to stand on your knees. Extend your left leg. Stack your right hip over your right knee, arms to the side. Flip your palms up, navel point back, inhale. And exhale, tilt up and over to the left. Draw the left side of your chest towards the sky and breathe into the right side of your rib cage. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, navel point back. Inhale, rise all the way up. Draw your left knee in and sit back on your heels. Very good. Come to lie on your belly. And we want to neutralize all of this asymmetrical work that we've done with dynamic Shalabhasana. Bring your forehead to the mat. Bring the backs of your hands to your sacrum. Push your pubic bone into the mat and lift your navel away from the floor like you were making room for a tiny little marble under your belly. Inhale, circle your right arm forward. Lift your left leg and your chest. Exhale, turn your head to the left. Bring your right hand back to the start position. Inhale, lift your left arm and your right leg. Exhale, turn your head to the right. 3 more sets. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, head to the left. Inhale, left arm and right leg. Exhale, head to the right. 2 more sets. Inhale. And exhale. In. And exhale. In. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Bring your forehead to your stacked palms. Just pause for a moment and feel the effects of that back bend. And then press your pubic bone into the mat once again. Bend your heels towards your butt. Reach back and grab a hold of your ankles, flexing your feet. Push your pubic bone into the mat, navel point back, and then kick into your hands for Dhanurasana, floor bow. And it doesn't need to be your biggest back bend. Keep thinking about bringing your knees in line with your hips, maybe a little bit wider, broadening your chest. One more breath. And slowly lower down once again. Stack the palms. Roll over onto your back. Bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet to the floor for a dynamic bridge pose. Take your palms next to your hips, your heels hip distance apart and close to your butt.
As you inhale, push into your feet, lift your hips, and simultaneously draw your straight arms alongside of your ears. Exhale, lower your hips, lower your arms. Again, inhale. And exhale. In. Exhale. Last time, inhale, listen. Exhale, lower your arms, keep your hips lifted. Roll your shoulders underneath of you, interlacing your fingers at your lower back if you wish. Pull your ribs, lowest ribs down and in, puff your chest towards your chin and lengthen your chin away from your chest so that your C7 vertebrae, that bony protrusion at the base of the neck, is off the floor. One more breath. And then release the clasp, lower your hips to the floor. Please avoid bringing your knees into your chest, just pause. You can let the knees fall in on each other. If you always feel like you need to bring your knees into your chest after a back bend, it's a good indication that you've gone too far and to back off next time. Reconnect to your breathing. Good. Last back bend. You may repeat bridge pose, what we just did, or if you wish, follow along for Urdhva Dhanurasana. For Urdhva Dhanurasana, plant your hands next to your ears with your fingertips pointing towards your heels. Push into your feet and come to the crown of the head, hug the elbows in, and then straighten the arms, and draw your heart towards or past your wrists. Nice deep breaths. Last breath. If you're in upward bow, tuck your chin to your chest, bend your elbows coming onto your upper middle back. Everyone, lower down and bring your knees to touch, your feet wide, hand to heart, hand to belly. Just allow everything to settle for a moment. Hug your knees into your chest, either roll over to one side or roll yourself all the way up to a seat. Extend your legs in Dandasana for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes. Bend your right knee and place the sole of your right foot on the outside of your left knee. You may stay right here with the left leg extended, or if you have space, swing your left heel towards your outer right hip. Sit up nice and tall. Take your right fingertips behind you. Inhale your left arm up to the sky. Corset your waist and spin to the right, hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Take the gaze back over your right shoulder. With every in-breath, think about lengthening and growing taller, and every exhale, imagine you were wringing out your spine like a dish rag and spin around yourself. Good. On your next exhalation, draw your navel point back, and then use your inhale to come out of the rotation. And extend the legs along the floor, Dandasana once again. Bend your left knee. Take the sole of your left foot to the outside of your right knee. Swing your right heel towards your outer left hip. Take your left fingertips behind you for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, spin to the left, hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Turn your gaze out over your left shoulder. And again, every in-breath, think about lengthening from tip to crown. And every exhale, wringing out your torso like a dish rag. Last breath. On your exhalation, draw your navel point back, and then use your in-breath to spiral back to the center. Good. This time, once again, I'm going to turn and face you. Swing both of your heels over to the right so that your right ankle is in the arch of your left foot for Bharadvajasana. Swing your left fingertips behind you. Inhale, take your right arm up to the sky. Twist to the left and bring the back of your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Turn your chest. Good. Think about wrapping your right armpit towards your heart so you can see I'm really opening this right collarbone. You may stay here. If you have more space, slide the back of your right hand underneath of your left thigh, and again, recommit to rolling open the right shoulder. Now, turn your head towards your right shoulder, drop your chin down, and then roll your head back till you get a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. And if you have more space, you can actually take your left arm behind your back and grab a hold of your right bicep. And really lean into the shape so you're opening up the left side body, opening up the collarbones, and the left side of the neck. Good. If you took the bind, release the bind. Everyone, exhale, navel to spine. And inhale, come out of the rotation. Swing both of your feet over to the left. Take your left ankle to the arch of your right foot. Take your right fingertips behind you. Inhale, take your left arm up. Exhale, twist to the right and bring the back of your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Again, if you have room, you can bring the top of your left palm under your right thigh. This will require you to slightly lean forward and then commit to taking that left armpit towards the heart so the bicep is spinning away from you and you're opening up your left collarbone. Turn your head towards your left shoulder, drop your chin down, and then roll your head back. And again, if you have space, you can take your right hand behind your back and catch your bicep. If you took the bind, release the clasp. Use your inhalation to come out of the rotation. Come back to center and extend your legs out in front of you, Dandasana. Good. From here, swing your feet to one side and come to sit back on your heels. Inhale, take your arms up alongside of your ears, and then exhale, hinge from your hip crease, circle your arms to your sacrum, and lower your forehead to the floor. Good. Inhale, circle the arms, lift your torso back up. And once again, as you exhale, lower down. If you're stronger, you can keep your arms alongside of your ears the whole time. Inhale, lift your torso. Exhale, lower down. Just a little bit of neutralizing. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Pause in the child's pose. Widen your knees a little bit. Stretch your arms forward. Bring your forehead down. Good. Slide forward onto your belly and come to lie on your back. Bring your knees to your chest and your palms next to your side. As you inhale, stretch your heels to the sky and your straight arms alongside of your ears. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your arms. Again, inhale, arms alongside of your ears, heels to the sky. Exhale. Again, in. And exhale. Last time, in. And exhale. Widen your knees and grab a hold of either your ankles, your thighs, or the pinky edges of your feet for Ananda Balasana Happy Baby Pose. Try to work your ankles over your knees. It doesn't matter if they make it there. And then lengthen your tailbone along the floor so you're creating some traction for your spine.
And just gently hold your own body, make contact with yourself. Little rock side to side if that's calling to you. And then bring the soles of your feet to touch. Interlace your fingers around the pinky edges of your feet. Nice steady breath. And then draw your knees into your chest one last time. And extend your legs along the floor for Savasana. Widen your feet slightly wider than your hips, your palms to the sky. Take your shoulders underneath of you and take up some space. Lengthen the back of your neck. Close your eyes. And take 3 or 4 ujjayi breaths, just starting to regulate and calm your system. As you complete these rounds of belly abdominal breathing, let the sound become increasingly silent. Your chest still, your abdomen soft. When you complete these rounds of breath, allow the breath to find its ideal rhythm for this moment, releasing, surrendering control. Keep your attention on the breath, on prana. For the next couple minutes, as body breathes in, sense, see, feel light, this vital energy of the universe spiraling in through the crown of the head down to your navel center, where like a pearl or a flame it expands, and as you exhale, this light, this ripple of healing moves outward, flooding your body. As body breathes in, observe this light moving in through the crown of the head. As body breathes out, this light expands, nourishing and healing the whole of your being. Stay with the Kriya until the whole of the body, till you sense that all of you, all of your cells, are vibrating with this essential life force. And when the body is full of light, release control of the breath and rest in awareness, effortless and whole. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Brush your thumb across the tips of your fingers. Deepen your breath and once again start to return your awareness to your physical body. As you're ready, roll yourself over to a fetal position on one side and pause for a moment, supporting your head underneath of your elbow. And then use your top hand and press yourself to a comfortable seat. Rest your hands on your thighs, making good contact with yourself. Lengthen your spine. Draw your chin to your chest. And just take a couple moments to connect with your breathing, to deepening your connection with prana, this vital life energy that elicits the higher qualities of the mind. Bring your hands to your heart. Om Bhurva Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurva Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Om Bhurva Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Rub your palms together vigorously in front of your face. And when you have some nice heat, cup your palms over your eyes with a loving touch. Let the darkness in behind your hands. And then release your palms, let in the light, and welcome yourself back.